guys, I'm Allison. I have a video today and it is a get ready with me on this look that I have right here on my face. What kind of inspired this look was that I started binge watching Shades of Blue throughout this week and I got all caught up. I'm ready for season 2, episode 2. I had started the show when it first came out and I was like, I don't know, this is a little too intense for me, and I have my cop show. I have my Chicago PD. That's my cop show. But for some reason I was just in the mood for some crazy show, and that's what I feel like Shades of Blue is. It's a good show, and I really love Jennifer Lopez in it. She's just so intense and stressed out all the time in this show. And if you watch it, you know why. She's going through some things. So anyway, I have been watching and I was just like stunned by the simplicity but the prettiness of her makeup. And so that's what inspired what I got here today. Let me see if I can actually find, I looked up some pictures when I was thinking about doing this video to try and find, so I could actually look at the picture and see how her makeup is done. So hold on. Okay, so here's kind of like a real view of her makeup. And then let's see if I can find the one promo picture that is out. Here it is. This is so intense. Obviously this is edited, but it's just a really beautiful makeup look. I feel like it brings out the honey tone to her eyes and then to my eyes because we both have brown eyes. And, she's wearing definitely some like muted kind of plum tones on her eyes, and then a peachy cheek and a brown lip. And I feel like that's what you got here today with this makeup look. So I hope you watch. This is a talk through because my TV is right over here and She's All That is playing on Freeform, and I'm a total 90s girl with those type of movies. I gotta watch it. So anyway, without further ado, here is the look.
Hello everybody. Oh, see that stank face? So I told you I was watching She's All That, and if you've seen that movie a million times like me, you know the part in the cafeteria where, yeah, I'm not even gonna say it. It's gross. It was actually, the movie was on TV and they edited it out, but I still know what happened in that scene. So that's what that face was about. Alright, I'm just doing what I always do and putting my Urban Decay Primer Potion on my eyelids. I have to have something on my eyelids, otherwise my eyeshadow creases like crazy. So I'm just dabbing that in. And I'm taking the Anastasia Brow Wiz in soft brown and filling in my eyebrows. Okay, now it's time to go in with the eyeshadows. So I am just taking a matte, as close to my skin tone shade as I can get. This one was actually out of the Tarte, um, is it the Tartlet palette? The first one that they did, the matte one. And that's just to kind of set my eye base there. And then I'm going in with, these are all pretty much MAC shadows today. And this is MAC Hoax. This look kind of was like, killed two birds with one stone for me, because I really wanted to use my MAC shadows. I'd seen some people on YouTube talking about them, and I'm so influenced by YouTube stuff that I was like, I really need to break out my MAC shadows again. And since this look was inspired by JLo's Shades of Blue makeup, where she wears those really kind of muted plum tones, these shadows just worked perfectly for what I wanted. MAC shadows were kind of my first, when I really got into makeup, that is the company that I went to and just started buying all the things. So, and I don't use them as often as I used to. So it's fun to kind of go back down my makeup memory lane. I used a Sephora crease brush to blend that in. And I absolutely love that brush. It's fantastic for your crease. And then I'm taking, so JLo's eyelids, like most of the time in that show, have like a little bit of a sheen to them, but not like a shimmer. So the perfect shade to do that is MAC's Grain. It's just a beautiful shade. It's got just like a sheen, like I said. So yeah, I didn't want anything overly shimmery, so, and I'm just repeating myself now, but it's a really beautiful eyeshadow. And then on my outer V, just to kind of, oh, I think I'm actually going back in with a little more of Hoax right here, just kind of defining that crease even more. I have hooded eyes, so, you know. Now to kind of, I think I'm going to go in here in just a minute. Oh, where am I going? There we go. Okay, now I am taking MAC Sable and just using that to deepen up the outer corners of my eyes. This is a really pretty shade. It's warm, but it's not too warm. And I just really think that these three shades look so lovely together. And it's time to blend. I think this brush is a MAC 224, and it's got like one little bristle in it that pokes me every time I use it, but it's a really nice blending brush, and I continue to go to it every time, even though it's not the most comfortable brush to blend with. Okay, now this next step is just me lining my upper lash line with a black eyeshadow. I do this pretty much every day. I prefer the shadow to a liner. I just feel like I have more control putting it on, and on me it lasts all day, and it's just a little bit of a softer look than you would get with like a pencil liner. um, However, you really need to use a very precise uh, brush to do this, to get it close to the lash line. And this is just a MAC angled brush, um, but it's just really a very thin angled brush, which is why I like it for putting on this shadow. And I'm using another MAC eyeshadow, which I think this is called Carbon. And now in JLo's look, she's got a very thin black line lining her lower lash line. Not in her waterline, but just at the base of her lash line, which this brush is perfect for getting right in there. You just do need to be careful so you don't get it down too low, because, yeah, you don't want to have like black eyeshadow coming down on your face. Pardon my sniffles and coughing. I just woke up and decided to get this voiceover done. So, I'm curling my eyelashes now. I think this is the Shiseido eyelash curler. I almost edited this part out, but I thought, nah, I'll keep it in there. For mascara, I'm using the Maybelline Lash Sensational, I think is what it's called. Really, I mean, any mascara will do. I mean, not any mascara, but use the mascara you like. My favorite is Chanel's The Volume, but I don't have it right now. I need to purchase a new tube. I'm just checking things out to see how everything is blended. And I'm going in with the L'Oreal Lumi Cushion Foundation. I've had this foundation for quite a while, and haven't used it for a really long time because I really love the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Stick Foundation, but I'm taking a break from that to just use some other stuff, which is rare for me if you've seen any of my other videos. But I really loved how this looked on my skin, and it's nice to, use something different every once in a while, right? So I'm just kind of pressing that in, and also, you know, kind of wiping or swiping pressing and wiping and swiping with the with the It Cosmetics brush. And this is my favorite concealer, Max Pro Longwear. That's what it is. And I think I'm in the shade NW15. And that I am totally dabbing in. If you wipe it, you're gonna wipe away the product. So, like, I'm just like doing like little quick pushes into my face. Okay, so this is where things go a little awry. Um, so I used to not set my foundation because I have dry skin and it's just really hard to find a powder for dry skin girls. But I have the Hourglass Ambient Lighting powder in dim light, and I don't know what is happening here, if it's like the lighting on my camera or what, or if I really did end up looking this bronzed and that powder gave me that much color. But yeah, it looks like I kind of bronzed my face. I think maybe I might have even used that brush for bronzer at one point and I need to wash it. I really don't think it looked that intense in person. I also went really hardcore in with the powder that day, and I think just like a little brush over the powder will do ya. So learn from my mistake here and don't go ham on the Hourglass lighting powder. And then I went in with a different bronzer. I have been in love with the Too Faced bronzer for so long, but I set it aside. I pulled back out my NARS Laguna bronzer, and that's what I bronzed my face with. Now this is me trying to, I see that the coloring is a little bit darker on my face, so I'm like, okay, I will try to bring it down my neck. And I don't know, I don't think it really worked, but in the long run, I don't think it looked as terrible in person. It looks a little rough on camera. Sorry. And then another MAC product, I am using MAC Peaches Blush. I absolutely love this blush and haven't used it forever, but I've pretty much been wearing this makeup look every day since I did this video, which was like last week sometime when I filmed it. So guys, no highlighter today. That is different for me. I always wear a highlighter, but in the show she doesn't have sparkly cheeks. So I didn't put on a highlighter today. And to top this look off, I am wearing a brownie toned lip. This is the MAC Pro Longwear lip liner in Morning Coffee, I think is what it's called, or My Morning Coffee, something like that. This is not this seems like this video is like totally MAC. That's just how it happened. It's just the products I had to make this look come to life. So, but I really, really like it. And you could even leave the lips at that liner. Those liners are creamy enough that you don't have to necessarily top it, but I'm going to, and I'm going to use the lipstick by Laura Mercier in Lychee Parfait. I really love these lipsticks because they give like a sheen to the lips, but they aren't glossy. They're very comfortable to wear. They last a while on the lips. They don't have a very, any kind of crazy odor. So they're just really beautiful lipsticks. I have several shades from that Laura Mercier lipstick line. And that is pretty much the look. So I hope you enjoyed. Let me just fuss with my hair a little bit, look around, check myself out, and all right. This voiceover is going to end now.